morning, traders. Welcome to OVLYR Live. Today we're going to be talking about the top 3 stories of the day. First, Tesla is offering a $24,000 car. Next, Amazon, where you get all of your packages from. They want to launch satellites into space. The battle of the billionaires here. And lastly, the Fed thinks your bank is going to lose money. But how much money? Tune in to find out. Welcome back to OVLYR Live. My name is Christopher Ewell, and I love talking about stocks and finding those outlier trades with outsized returns. And if you're interested in that, be sure to hit the subscribe button below. And before I forget, today's episode is sponsored by OVLYR.com. That's OVTLYR.com. Go to OVLYR.com to find out why outliers win. Now, our first story of the day is Tesla is going to be offering a $24,000 car. Now, I don't know if this is just in India, but can you imagine? We came from $160,000 Model X's and $115,000 Model S's. Then we got down to the $50,000 to $70,000 Model Ys and the $30,000 to $40,000 Model 3s. Now we could be looking all the way at a $24,000 car. This is fantastic news if you're a Tesla bull, right? Now, taking a look at the outlier data on Tesla, you can see actually it issued a buy signal just a couple days ago. Maybe there's some correlation there between that news coming out and Tesla's buy signal coming through. But realistically speaking, yesterday we just talked about how Tesla is offering 84-month loans to make their cars more affordable. And today, we're hearing about a $24,000 car that they're going to be offering, making it even more affordable. Now, if they can bring this to the United States, then I could see this growing exponentially. Basically, everybody's going to be having a Tesla at that point, especially when their charging system, the North American charging standard, seems to be taking over as the charging standard in North America. So, who knows where this is going to go? I don't know, but I do know one thing. As a Tesla owner myself, I can't wait for you to get into a Tesla. It has been one of the coolest experiences I've ever had owning a car. But a $24,000 car is, I don't have the data right here on what the average new car price is, but I bet that that's pushing half. I know the average new car price is low 40s, I think. So we're talking potentially half the cost. And if they can bring that to America, this could be a huge, huge game changer. So do me a favor, hit the like button if you like Tesla. Also hit the like button if you're interested in getting a $24,000 Tesla. Honestly, if they could bring as much fun as in the S, the X, the 3, and the Y down to a $24,000 car, there's no stopping them at this point. So let's move into our next topic. Amazon is announcing a bold plan to launch satellites into space, rivaling SpaceX. Like I said earlier, the battle of the billionaires at this point, Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. But I thought Jeff Bezos' company was Blue Origin, or I think that's what it's called. Why is Amazon launching these, right? Is this maybe the people in the International Space Station have ordered a couple goods and they need to send some satellites up to them to deliver it? But if you're just joining in, my name is Christopher Ewell. I love talking about stocks and finding those outlier trades with outsized returns. And if you're interested in that too, be sure to definitely hit the subscribe button down below. Today's episode is sponsored by OVLYR.com. Go to OVTLYR.com to find out why outliers win. Now back to Amazon. Amazon announced on Friday a plan to launch thousands of satellites from the Space Coast to compete with Elon Musk's SpaceX Starlink service. Oh, there you go. So we're going to be having Amazon Internet. I don't mind that. Do me a favor in the comments down below. Would you use Amazon Internet versus Starlink's Internet? Let's scroll down and get some more information here. Let's see. So they're looking at working in Florida, making up to 50 jobs and average salary of up to $80,000 and $300 during construction. And I saw earlier reading through this that this was a big partnership with Governor Ron DeSantis. Now, Ron DeSantis, as you know, is running for president. And what do you think? Does that mean that this is going to be an opportunity for Ron DeSantis to jump on the back of Amazon and lead that charge forward as part of his presidential campaign? We did get a sell signal back on June 12th on Amazon. And let's take a look on Amazon real quick. I did see, Amazon has kind of peaked and started to come back down in price. So maybe that sell signal was an early warning for Amazon. And honestly, maybe that's a warning for this entire project here. Let me know in the comments down below. Are you interested in using an Amazon internet service? Honestly, I don't care. As long as my internet works, I really don't give any two hoots about it where the internet comes from, as long as it works, right? I think at this point, at least half the world has part-time internet, and if we can rectify that to make sure that the internet is all the time everywhere, I think that would be all right. Hit the like button if you agree with me on that, and like I say, down below in the comments section, put in if you are interested in using the SpaceX rival Amazon satellites for your internet. And let's go to our final story of the day. Great news, your bank is about to lose tons of money in a doomsday scenario, the Fed says. Now, if that's not a clickbait headline, I don't know what is. But if you're just joining in, my name is Christopher Ewell, and I love talking about stocks and finding those outlier trades with outsized returns. And if you're interested in that too, be sure to definitely hit the subscribe button down below. And before I forget, today's episode is sponsored by OVLYR.com. Go to OVTLYR.com to find out why outliers win. Now, let's take a look at this, right? This is a very sensational headline. Big U.S. banks would lose $541 billion in a doomsday scenario. I was reading through some Twitter comments about this, and somebody was saying, you know what? If there really is a doomsday scenario, dollars don't matter. But the annual stress tests, so this is something they do every year, show lenders with more than enough capital to weather economic catastrophe. Wait a minute here. This is conflicting headlines. Are we going to lose $541 and it's a problem? Or is there more than enough capital to weather economic catastrophe? Well, I have a personal insight on this because I do work with this every single day. I do consulting with credit unions, and one of the things that I know about is that these stress tests are conducted monthly, quarterly, and annually. So this is nothing new to these banks. In fact, they get this done, like I say, monthly at the very least frequent. And they're looking at this thinking, or very most frequent, I should say. They're looking at this thinking, why is this headline even a thing? Because they know well ahead of time how much their earnings are expected to be given any range of interest rates, right? If the interest rate stays where it's at, they know exactly how much they're going to make. If rates go up 300 basis points or go down 300 basis points or anything in between, they know exactly how much they're going to make, and they know how much it's going to go down to their bottom line. So a sensational headline like this doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Scrolling through this real quick, it did say that they would lose $541 billion in a hypothetical doomsday economic scenario, but still have more than enough capital to absorb the losses, according to annual stress tests. The passing grades were given by the Fed to banks including JP Chase and Goldman Sachs. And let's take a look at JP Chase here real quick inside of the outlier data. It actually had a sell signal back on June 26. If I were looking at this, I would say that was more of a take profit signal versus a sell short signal. And, you know, maybe it was anticipation in what these results would be that we got the data to come through on there. Here's the Twitter comments that I was reading here. But small banks, on the other hand, they're leaving some things off of their call report. Now, a call report is a standardized report that all financial institutions have to produce. And by doing so, you can actually go through and compare dollars to donuts, who's doing okay and who's not doing okay. And the small banks, on the other hand, are not doing quite so well. So do me a favor in the comments down below. Are you nervous about a financial collapse? And if you are, what has made you nervous about this? I'm very, very curious to see. And are you concerned about your bank losing $541 billion? I'll give you a hint real quick. Most of these that we're talking about are multi-trillion-dollar banks. So $541 billion is only a drop in the bucket to them. And this is a cumulative number. So, yeah, like I say, this was a very sensational headline. So do me a favor down below. If you like the video, if you like JP Chase, if you like the financial sector, hit the like button. And like I say, put in the comments down below, are you concerned about your bank out there? A lot of people are concerned, especially with the fact that when rates have been rising, some banks have not been able to weather the storm because their investments are losing money. And when their investments lose money, then all kinds of problems start to happen. But that's not what we're talking about here. So we're talking about economic stressors, not necessarily if their investments were to go down. So thank you so much for coming to today's OVLYR Live. Be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to share this with somebody you know. And of course, be sure to subscribe because we'll be back right here tomorrow. Mahesh is going to be covering his stock picks. And we will see you on the next episode. Talk soon.